Welcome. Today, I'm going to be talking about Clary Sage, which is one of my top essential oils for midlife women to help balance hormones, to help reduce stress, and to bring back some flexibility and internal balance and resiliency. This is one of oils, for those of you that have been following me, oils are one of my favorite ways to help rebalance the body, to restore energy, to really work with nature during midlife to help support you, but it's something you can do at home, have it in your back pocket. Everything I do is working with natural means to bring balance back to the body through midlife and menopause. At a time when we're told it's out of control and there's not much we can do, there's actually so much that you can do. So I'm really here to help you understand what your body's saying, what it needs, and most importantly, what you can do about it. My name is Angela Warburton. For those of you that don't know me, I'm an Eastern medicine practitioner by trade. I've got almost 3 decades working in the clinic. So I offer you simple, doable, time-tested natural resources that work. But I'm also a postmenopausal woman for 7 years. I've never taken hormones. The only things that I've used are the things that I share here. And I've used them personally or professionally with thousands of women in the clinic. So I'm really here to help you understand your body and thrive in midlife and menopause. So oils are just a fantastic tool. So we're going to talk about Clary Sage today. And Clary Sage is incredibly powerful for this transition. Midlife is one of those powerful life transitions that takes us from one stage of life to another. And with it comes a shedding, a letting go of what isn't working, and a claiming of what is. And because the hormones go from this like cycle that we have when we have our menstrual cycle, so these big fluctuations every month with hormones, to more of a flat line, which is normal. So we were set up for this. Really, menopause is really preserving or conserving energy for longevity. So it's a way the body says, hey, I'm going to stop losing blood and losing energy and just go back to this sort of baseline. But if we've been overextending ourselves, working beyond our means, pushing ourselves beyond our levels, we'll go into what I like to call as hormonal overdraft. And so that's when we start to see a lot of the symptoms that we commonly associate with menopause. And they're very common, but they're not normal, meaning you don't have to have them. So with Clary Sage, it's really helpful for its ability to bring back or balance hormones. So when you get those strong fluctuations, it's really helpful for hot flashes, for mood swings, irregular periods, also for menstrual cramping. If you're someone who gets a lot of cramping in your perimenopausal days, even if you don't, younger people, but it can be really helpful for balancing that out. It has slight some helps with some production of estrogen and progesterone in the body. And so these are the key where you get these fluctuations during midlife. So it has and also has an ability to calm things down. So it helps to increase serotonin, which helps improve emotional or mood regulation, helps to manage stress and anxiety during this time, because a lot of women will experience anxiety, big mood fluctuations. I know that was a big one for me, just like kind of irritable or just agitated a lot, intolerant, or just feeling fine one minute. And then it's like, what do you want? Just leave me alone. I want more time. And so Clary Sage can help buffer a little bit of that. So we're not swinging from one to the other. So it helps to calm the nervous system and the mind. It's also shown to reduce cortisol levels. So cortisol is a normal hormone that wakes us up in the morning and gives us that get up and go, but it is a survival hormone in addition to an energy hormone. And so if all of a sudden we're going through our day, we've got way more stress or way too much to do, and we're bypassing our need and overriding our need to rest, our cortisol levels will spike. And what happens when our cortisol spikes is we actually dip into our estrogen reserves, estrogen or testosterone, because they can be converted into cortisol. So what we want to do is we want to remind the body that it's safe. It's okay. We can get out of that stress state. And when we remind the body that it's we're not safe, we're not overusing or overproducing cortisol, and we can get more balance. So it balances what we say is the HPA axis, the hypopituitary adrenal axis. So chronic stress, pushing all the time, go, go, go. This will remind your body that, hey, it's okay to relax. So it promotes relaxation. And It can also help to regulate anxiety and depressive feeling. It has a very slight euphoric effect. So when it's a mild euphoric, these oils, they'll bring that feeling of like, oh, I feel okay. So any times where you're feeling emotional distress, times when you're feeling indecision, like, this happens a lot for me, for sure. I know I'm stressed if I'm like, I can't decide between things, or it's like, it's just overwhelming. It will help bring that calm back so you can actually make a healthy decision for you as well. Another neat thing about Clary Sage is it's actually antispasmodic and it has a neuromuscular relaxant property to it. What that means is like when we're tense, when our tendons are kind of like tense, or when we get cramps, leg cramps, low belly cramps, or uterine cramps during a cycle, this really helps to relax it. So super helpful, just to feel good and get a little more flow in your body. Energetically, it really helps with the mind-body integration. We have a culture that really cuts things off at the head. We've prioritized our thinking mind and said that's where we're going to make our decisions from. Yet 80% of the information comes from our body up to our mind, only 20% from our mind down. And so really your body is the wise one. The body keeps the score. The body is going to tell you what's going on. And it does that through symptoms. It does that through feelings, through emotions, through body sensations. And so what Clary Sage can do is help facilitate the integration of the mind and body. So we're not cut off at the neck. We're actually listening and integrating, which is so important during midlife, because in midlife, we need to listen to the body. Our symptoms are going to get worse when we override. I know for me, when I would override my need for rest, when I'd say yes when I meant no, when I'd shame myself, when I get stressed, I'd get a hot flash. And it was really the emotional side that when I was able to honor what my needs were, when I was able to express what I needed, the hot flashes went away. There's more to it sometimes too, but that was a huge part. But also just recognizing, like listening and saying, oh, I need a break. I actually need a break, or I want to say no to that, or I'm going to have to cancel that. And so recognizing your emotional needs, your physical needs, and honoring it is a huge part. And so it really helps to balance, we'd say, the yin and yang energies, which are two parts of the same coin, sacred balance. And we have a very yang, doing, thinking, moving, achieving culture. And we've discounted, diminished, or just kind of ignored the more yin side, which is more the resting, the being, the intuition, the inner knowing, that more receptive nature. You can call this masculine and feminine. Everyone has it. It's not about men and women. It's about the masculine and feminine, or that yin and yang energy. And so it's really about helping to balance these two again, not overdoing, not pushing through, and really dropping into more that yin side, the receptive side, the deep listening that can come, and the honoring of just being. One of the biggest things that can help ease the transition through perimenopause and menopause is carving out time for yourself to just be. So the Clary Sage can be really helpful for that. It really helps to balance any kind of distorted masculine and feminine in the body and bring it back to right relationship. So mind, body, head, heart, however you want to term it, masculine, feminine, the yin and the yang, helps to bring back and remind the body what it needs to do to be safe and to be in healthy balance. So that's kind of the gist of Clary Sage. And I like to combine any kind of essential oil with an acupoint on the body. So acupuncture points are little portals that each one has a different action indication, something that it's used for. It has an influence over the body in a certain way. And so when you combine an oil with the power of an acupoint, you're amping up its effectiveness. So the point I'm going to recommend today is called Conception Vessel 4. 4 or 6, there's 2, and they're both in the same sort of area. And it's on the low abdomen below your belly button in the center line of the body. So one's just about 1.5 inches lower from your belly button. The other one's about just over a hand's breadth. So if you to put your top finger on your belly button and just where your bottom finger lies, just around there, low belly. That these are very powerful points for the uterus, for the womb energy, for balancing the feminine and the more yin side of the body, the conception vessel 4 in particular. What you can do particularly if you have cramps or a little bit of that spasm in your low belly, you can take a little bit of Clary Sage. You want to dilute it, so you can have a 50% dilution, put a drop of Clary Sage and a drop of an essential oil, a carrier oil like sweet almond oil, fractionated coconut oil, jojoba oil, basically any plant oil that doesn't have a strong smell, ideally. Put a drop of each, put the oils on your hands, and then just lay them over your low belly and just hold them there for 1 to 3 minutes till you feel a change. That's a really powerful way to do this. Or you can just put a little bit on your finger and just hold it over the point over your low belly. So hopefully that made sense. I will put a link to the point in the notes. And I have a little ebook coming out soon, the top essential oils for midlife women, and Clary Sage is one of them. And I'll go through in more details what's there. So keep an eye. I will be posting that in the links soon. And if you enjoyed this video, please hit like. Subscribe if you want more content like this. I'm always sharing resources, tools, information every week to help you live your most radiant life, because really menopause is a portal to a radiant life where you get to live your most authentically, ideally understanding your body and feeling good in the process. So, and if you know anyone who would benefit from this, please forward on to them. Thank you for being here. I will see you next time. Bye for now.